ACC Network, presented by Ally. We're on the hilltop, just outside downtown Dallas on the campus of SMU for an ACC matchup. Two brand new additions to the conference, and both SMU and Stanford, they get a chance to show what they'll bring to the ACC here tonight. And hi everybody, so glad you could be with us. I'm Krista Blank alongside Brooke Weisbrod. And wow, Brooke, new year, new conference kicking off, and two brand new teams to add in. But both Stanford and SMU, they have a lot to bring and a lot to show.
Yeah, they're both excited to be in this conference. SMU being able to host a former national champion here on their floor here at a great place, Moody Coliseum. So live with energy here. And for Stanford, trying to find their footing. They played just 4 games in December, so I think they're welcoming a game tonight in a matchup in their very new conference.
So much new head coach for them, and you said it, new conference as well, but a lot of young players that are stepping up into bigger roles. Nunu Aguera, she has really kicked it up.
That's right, lots of news, but Aguera has been the one to take charge. Think about her numbers from freshman to sophomore season: 12 more points, 4 more rebounds. She put up a career high 29 against LSU. So is she ready for the big time in the spotlight? You betcha. Aguera ready to lead this team into the ACC.
Did not have a start last season. She's starting it all here as you see her numbers averaging double figures, leading the way in both scoring and rebounding. And then on the other side for SMU, 7 transfer players in for the Mustangs. One of them, though, has been leading the way. That is Nia Robertson.
You see those 20 points, good for top 5 scoring in the ACC. But tonight, Nia Robertson's got to get her teammates involved early. She's in charge of the energy and the effort. You'll just see the way that she plays. She is electric out there. And can she give some of that energy to the other 4 on the floor?
Yeah, great point. That's exactly what Coach Wilson said. She's got to get others going in order to get her some open looks. But what a nice addition she has been, the junior out of Fort Worth, Texas. And for Stanford, just 2 starters back from a Sweet 16 run a season ago. And these two teams have only met up 1 time in the history of both programs, and that was back in the 1995 NCAA tournament, 2nd year in a row. How about head coach Kate Pay was playing against SMU in that one? But they're going to get a chance to meet one another now, both in the ACC Conference tip-up, and it's the Mustangs in the home whites. First shot up. Brooke, why look for others when you can do that? I don't get it.
Why not? Now that's confidence at work.
Take a look at the Stanford lineup. Bozgana and Dimitri probably bring the most experience, as Bozgana's shot won't go there. A lot of young players, and for SMU, 7 transfers. Jones and Pitts bring experience. Pitts, one of the lone players back from a season ago for SMU. Fake one way, go the other, and the bank is good. Jess Peterson is having quite a year.
And you see how patient that she is. When she gets that basketball, there is a confidence about her as a player who only got to play 4 games last season due to a back injury. She put in that work, and you can see they're going to go to her early.
Well, you know how that feels, and it is not fun, and she has put in a lot of work to get herself back and really found the love of the game again. Transferred from Fresno State. Shot clock is winding down. That is heel on the drive, but the defense smothering. No Talana Lapolo for the Cardinal to run the point. How about back-to-back 3 balls for Robertson?
I love how Toya Wilson told us today, when I need a player to be like, give me that toughness, ask her.
Hits, hand in the passing lane, defense to offense, good.
And you got to love this energy. If you're Toya Wilson, the way the Mustangs have started this game, not afraid to shoot. That's what she said today. She said, we want to be able to shoot, play, and defend with confidence.
She said, you've got to be confident. They are not feeling intimidated. They want to prove to everybody why they are here with a 10-0 start.
Here's Nia Robinson, head up. Well, she notices the defense back. Okay, I'm going to launch it from you. Welcome to very first home game here in Moody to host Stanford again. A former national champion. What a start for the SMU Mustangs.
Certainly is. Over 1,000 career points for Nia Robertson. Hit it this year against Arkansas Pine Bluff. The defense is scrappy. Dimitri shot just short. Right place, right time, though. The cleanup for Aguirre.
It's going to be an interesting matchup to watch inside. Embry, trying to box out Aguirre is tough. She's so good laterally, movement. She reads the basketball really well off the rim.
Corey Clardy has checked in, 13 in black for the Cardinal. Sophomore guard was questionable with an ankle injury. Jones reading between the legs, good. Back up to a 10-point lead. But you can feel the confidence for SMU starting. This is a team that was having some slow starts early on. They've started to get more confident now.
And Stanford looking for success attacking the paint, but you see that's a fadeaway there. And so those types of shots, that's what you want if you're SMU.
Yep.
If you're Stanford, it was, hey, yes, we are one of the best three-point shooting teams out there, but let's attack and get inside.
Right now the Cardinal getting out hustled by SMU. There is Toyelle Wilson. She is up. She'll be animated. She brings, it kind of leads from her, right? The energy that she brings in her 4th season as a head coach.
Well, she was the former Defensive Player of the Year at Manhattan College, so you know you got to have that energy. And, you know, she's embraced it. She's been in big-time programs, Baylor assistant, Michigan assistant. And as the first-year head coach, she took her team to the NCAA tournament.
Yep. She has seen it at all levels, and she'll be in a defensive stance probably most of this game. My guess.
Yeah.
Both teams know transition defense is going to be big in this game. This pace has already been so fast. And now we got to see what SMU can do in a half-court set. Shot clock down to 3. And Peterson had nowhere to go, so big defensive stop for the Stanford Cardinal. Coach Wilson saying shoot it. There is Kate Pay in her first season as the head coach, but her 18th season overall coaching was associate head coach for Tara Vanderveer. Played at Stanford as well. As we mentioned, the only time these teams met up way back in 1995 in the tournament. But a miscue up top. Courtney Ogden's in 40 in black, and much needed jumper there, the lefty. That's pretty.
And that's another wrinkle of Aguirre's game that she's developed. She's been able to step out, shoot that mid-range, and also able to open up that defense where Stanford's guards can then really attack and get in there.
Yeah, she's tough at 6'2", but that quickness plays in the guard spot. Oh, there's Jones with a little baseline fader.
Baseline bounce fader, too. I like that. She's got some hops, number 1.
She does. Jones a transfer from Villanova. Skip all the way across. Bozgana, high swish. Straight through. Those can help get you back in the ball game.
Yeah, big time. And she can get hot in a quick minute. She was 10 of 10, 5 of 5 from 3, 26 points against UC San Diego. She has developed as that no deadly shooter for Stanford. They are such a good three-point shooting team. We've seen it when they get hot. Watch out.
They can light it up.
Yeah.
Nice job following the shot. Pitts gets another chance. Embry, the 3, no good. Another offensive rebound. That is what SMU, that's the bread and butter.
She has really embraced the strength and conditioning program there at SMU, and you see the results from it. A role player last year, but she did shoot 51% from the floor, and offensive rebounds are one of the biggest keys in this game. SMU is pretty darn good at getting them.
They average 17 O-boards per game. They are 11th in the nation. And now an offensive foul call on the high screen of the Cardinal. SMU's come out red hot to start this one. In their first, both really trying to show them, both coaches saying, look, we're excited about it. It's definitely a lot of new, a lot of change. But, you know, especially for Coach Wilson, I mean, her team has come out saying, this is why we're here. A 10-0 start for her. They hit their 7 of their first 9 possessions. And, you know, they've come out to say, this is why we are here.
Yeah, she really wants to try to, you know, establish the sense that, hey, we're here, we belong, and we're proud to be in the ACC. And, you know, same thing for Stanford. They want to come in and, you know, earn their reputation as the former national champion, and finding it that the ACC is tough, and all those new wrinkles as well, all the new travel, all the classes, the adjustments, so much newness. And then for Stanford, you think about Aria Fenn is gone. Warren Betts transferred 2 seasons ago, and Talano Lopolo, their starting point guard, out. This is a Stanford team that is young, and these players are trying to find their footing.
Yeah, KP said it. She said these are big stages for them as they connect on another three. They average 9 threes per game, and Boscana now a couple of them. But if you are SMU and you're going to knock off a team that brings in that kind of confidence like a Stanford team does, you got to start the way they did. Jones with the play call. Help D sagging in the middle. Shot clock winding down. Jones keeps going. The three won't go. SMU average about 5 per game behind the arc. And you said it, Nola Polo. So this player right here, Tess Heels, had to pick up a lot of the slack. She's a transfer from Santa Clara, but wasn't really planning on being the main point guard on this team.
I'm a Tess Heel fan. I really, really like the way the 5'10 junior from Australia shows the toughness on the floor. I mean, she plays with that edge. You can just see it. Chest forward, always looking for out. They really like the way that she's driving the ball right now, getting into those spaces, because Stanford, as good as they are around the arc defensively, teams are going to make those adjustments. So you have to be able to respect both the attack, the drive, finish those layups. That opens up then the three-point shot.
Yeah, they had a tough loss to Ohio State prior to the holiday break, and a lot of it was some missed layups that they should have put in. And Coach Pace said, look, it's a big stage. The focus has to be there. And these are players that are still learning how to bring it every single game, every single practice.
Yeah.
Couldn't get that last free throw. That shot around and out. Extra effort by Embry, but it's taken away. That is Mary Ashley Stevenson, another new addition. 2 transfers for this Stanford team. She's from Purdue. Boscana is connected on a couple of threes, tries to get a little bit closer. That one won't go. Defense good by the Mustangs. You said it, though. They've got to establish the Cardinal, do something on the inside. Everybody knows what they can do behind the arc. Using the screen, Jones just misses. Guessing Peterson averages almost 5 offensive rebounds per game by herself.
She has such a sense for the basketball, and she's a player who just wants to be consistent. She wants to win, and 3 straight double-doubles for this young woman.
That one looked good by Embry. It was just short off the rim. The long rebound to Robertson. Robertson gets it back. Quick release. Nothing but net. Nia Robertson. Ice in her veins. No intimidation going on by her.
Not only no intimidation, did you catch the smile that she just gave us right here at the middle of the broadcast booth?
I sure did.
She is in her zone in the bag. Watch this, y'all. The step back. Knew it was good. Gave us a smile.
She was looking for the camera. She had the follow through behind her back. She kept the hand up back there.
Hey,
I love it.
Show that spotlight on her. Let's go.
Alan Stevenson, the first, gives it back to the Mustangs. Ella Brow into the game. She's been out with an injury, and they'll say it's going to go the other way. There you see Shea Ijiwoye, the freshman for the Cardinal, coming in. She'll bring it up, handle the ball a little bit.
Also, absolutely loved her energy and effort in the Ohio State game. She got some minutes late, and she plays with that same type of edge. You love to see that toughness out there, and I'll be interested to see how this matchup now goes between her and Nia Robertson.
A few more whistles now. That one on Brow, her first. And the second team foul for both teams, 2 fouls apiece. With 1:39 remaining in the first quarter. Fast pace to start this one. Garrett guarded by Embry. Carriel, help D, Embry, sliding over to help. Robertson pulls it up, money! Oh, kiss to the crowd, Brooke.
Why not? Why not?
Oh,
this is an incredible start for SMU in this first quarter.
Oh, she's feeling good.
She's getting the ball in the flow in the mix. I mean, you feel how light it feels for her. And meanwhile, Stanford trying to do what they can here. The toughness, getting the offensive rebound. Here's a shooter for you.
No good. The rebound to Boscana, but the help D smothering. multiple defenders swarming Boscana. She kicks it back out. Dimitri shot just short. And a long rebound, but a foul in the interior is going to keep it with the Cardinal. Robertson is perfect, 4 for 4, everything behind the arc with 12 points. She has scored in double figures every single game this year, and you can go back to last year even. Now 21 in a row.
You can tell when a player is in the zone, not just by the shots that she's making, but by the shots that she's taking. And how quickly the ball is leaving her fingertips, right? Tell me that ball doesn't look like a feather coming off those fingers.
I mean, there's no hesitation. Under a minute left in the first quarter. And the largest lead of the game for SMU as it's batted out of play. SMU thought it was off Boscana. She got popped in the mouth. Courtney Ogden's going to come in. Boscana will go take a breather. Dimitri, she's been fairly quiet to start this. They need her to get going. That one just short. Weak side board. That's what you got to do. Aguera with the hoop.
That's what makes her so good. Not only did she get the board, you see how high she kept the basketball, and it was a quick move and finish. She didn't waste any time with it.
Kept it up.
Here's the matchup y'all want to see right here.
Robertson with Ijiwoye on her. Freshman against the junior. Help coming over, kicks it over. That's the right decision, but not able to hit it was Brown. But that will do it for the first quarter. Robertson with the hot hand, Brooke.
Big time confidence for Robertson in this game. The 5'7" junior, she's local. Toya Wilson jumping off the bench to say that was a great pass. Shooting a perfect for 4 from 3 already.
Just the confidence and having such a good time. Just playing with freedom. This SMU team came out. They've been scrappy. They've been aggressive, and it's been paying off. And getting the start, it's Ijiwoye to guard Robertson, trying to stay with her.
A much better recovery defensively for Stanford coming out of this timeout.
It sure was.
Check for Robertson. This is where they survive, these offensive boards.
Kasia Woods that time, the senior, she comes in for the start of the second quarter, first time in the game. And whistle on a foul against Stanford. Goes against Aguera, that'll be her first. Aguera with 6 points, Boscana as well. Nobody in double figures. Pretty good balanced attack, even though it's Robertson with the 12 points. Oh, she knew it, already backpedaling. That's Ella Brow with a 3. Some contact at the other end. Stanford was trying the inbound. It'll go against Robertson.
And just using that high ball screen for Brow to get open in that 3. So now you got to keep your eye on 2 3-point shooters in addition to all the dangers of the offensive rebounding and the power. So Stanford, again, going to get back to their ways. You see the spread offense here. And a lot of times 4 out, 1 in. Trying to look for those points of attack.
See if they can get Dimitri going, one of their veteran players. High screen for Harriel. Works her way in, tries the bank, can't get it, and it's back into the hands of Aguera. Too much. Another chance for Stanford. You lose your true point guard in Lopolo. She's been out with the knee injury, and it takes time. You can tell a lot of players are having to think, figuring out the system, and there's a steal by SMU. Robertson blazing speed, but knocking it away. That's Harriel. The next ACC Network Women's Hoops quadruple headers coming Sunday, but we're looking ahead to the following Sunday, January 12th. 4 games are going to feature 3 top 20 teams. Starts with 14 Duke and Virginia at noon Eastern, then number 17 North Carolina, Boston College, followed by number 13 Georgia Tech and Louisville. Capping off the day with Miami and Syracuse at 6 o'clock. These matchups are really kicking in ACC play. It's going to be a fun season, Brooke.
Yep.
There's just so much parity across the whole nation.
Yeah, you can expect 7 to 8 ranked teams in the ACC at any given time, though.
Yep. 6 teams right now, and high net numbers, though. 10 teams in the top 50, 8 teams in the top 40, as a travel call will send it the other direction. KP told us our team's got to take care of the ball. We've had some moments, and again, when you're having a variety of different players kind of run the point for you and try to get it done, you've got some pressure defense from SMU. You better take care of it.
You mentioned a great point in Lopolo's absence is she is the only player who averaged 20 minutes a game. So everybody else is still trying to earn those experience minutes.
Yeah.
You can't study those. That's not a class you can take at Stanford. Those have to be done on the floor, on the court. And same with, the way that Kate Pay's approaching her first season as head coach. You see missing the very talented and seasoned point guard as a two-time Pac-12 champion. That's what you need out there. You need somebody steadying the ship at the front. You got a Guerra in the paint who's was counting on two very much larger posts at one point in time. So she's learning. It is a different process. But I'll tell you what, to be 8-4, Stanford, they've beat the teams they're supposed to.
Yep. They've had a very tough non-conference schedule as well. And right now, defense trying to shut down with 2 on the shot clock, though. The body bump by Aguera. That'll be the second on her and the third on Stanford. KP, though, she's got the number 3 recruit class coming in next year. She's excited about them, and it says a lot about this program, her coaching staff, being able to bring that group in with 3 5-star players and a couple of 4-star recruits.
Yeah, top 5 class just tells you that, there's no slacking off there. They get right back to work, signing and doing what they're good at, which is, bringing in players who eventually get to the league, WNBA players.
You bet. Jones using the high screen, squares it up and gets it. Jones has looked good, making good decisions. That's one thing SMU as a team, I think they're making the right passes, using the screens well.
Yeah, I really like the fact that they're taking their time because Toyelle Wilson said, hey, we know we're going to have to play some half-court, some quarter-court offense. I want to see how we do, and then rely on our strengths, our offensive rebounding to give us more looks.
You're right, she said we cannot have swing plays where you give it up and then give up something at the other end. As Bosgana on the attack gets another. Value the possessions. I would say that the Mustangs have so far.
No doubt.
Clardy tries to knock it away.
Throws a smooth jumper from Jones, just 5'5", finding that pocket though. So got to be able to step up, and that's where a lot of guards, especially undersized guards, can live. All you got to do is get by that first line of defense before the other post player steps up.
Reading the D, reading a rebound there to Embry, and help D coming over with the takeaway. Embry gets sandwiched. Clardy faces up, gets it.
That's a swing play.
Yep, the confidence to turn and say, we'll take it when we've got it. Angel Reese fan in the house, Brooke. I love seeing that. These fans are having a good time for a good reason. 6:43 remaining. And right now, SMU still double-digit lead, up by 11, up by 16 at one time. Stanford's been chipping away.
I found it interesting, too. Coach Toyelle Wilson calling a timeout right after that BC. Perhaps wanted more to manage the energy of that game, also to get Robertson back in the game.
Yep, you don't want to let Stanford get out on any major run if you can help it. Robertson, her first miss on the last one. This is 2 in a row now. She's wishing she didn't sit down. She was on fire. Perfect. 4 for 4 that first quarter. Heel on the drive. Oh. That's one you want to get back as Heel not able to finish.
But that's the mentality and the attitude that you got to have, especially coming out of that timeout. That was the perfect drive that you want, but you don't finish it, but you're getting closer to the types of shots you want to see.
Bosgana and Aguera, 14 points combined. The rest of the team just 3 of 9 shooting and 4 points. So trying to get some others involved. Foul on Brow, her second. Kate Pay's team needing some offense. Dimitri averages about 12 points a game, and they haven't been able to get her a good look yet. She has yet to score 0 for 4. Here's Dimitri now, smaller defender in Jones. Dimitri, she knew she had the mismatch, but the pass off the mark. Just got to wait another second if you're Clardy getting it into her.
Yeah, you got to take one more dribble down, a better angle, better bounce pass, and then if you're Dimitri, try to sit down and hold that spot. Waiting is one of the hardest things to do playing basketball, right? You wait for the screen.
It sure is.
Yeah, she doesn't wait. Nia Robertson, there's no waiting.
There's no wait. And Robertson, she gets another one. She's got 14, banks that one in good. 6 20-plus point games this season, 25 in her career. Dimitri, quick shot off the back of the iron. Pitts will bring it up. Junior out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Embry gets it taken away, and a collision inside. She's slow to get up, but then the quickness of Jones takes it right back.
Yeah, Embry lost control of the ball, but then just made hard contact and took a pretty good shot to the face. Got up quickly, though.
She's got Stevenson on her. Now a switch on the inside, and they're going to call an offensive foul. Tess Hill on the switch, and Embry a little too physical.
It's a great shot. We've seen her shoot from the outside, but how about the floater, the runner with the bank shot?
Junior out of Fort Worth, transferred, as you said, from GW to get a little closer to home, and boy, what a nice addition for Toyelle Wilson. You go to that transfer. And the thing is, they took a European trip in the offseason as well, and she said you could just tell the personalities really meshed. She really got a group that works well together. It's not easy to take 7 transfers. That's a lot of new and a freshman as well.
Yes, they are doing it well, and got to know each other. You just found out that this group was eager to learn. She just felt like this team was wanting to be in the ACC and wanting to be successful, and that's where the veteran part of having a team like this is. 9 juniors and seniors, only 1 freshman. And Brooke Dimitri getting her 3-point shot in.
That's a good sign for the Cardinal. She was behind the arc, but yep, they'll give her a 3 on that one. Robertson wanted some contact. They won't give it to her, and now Stanford trying to push tempo. Good job by the Mustangs, though. Transition D, again, both teams, big focus coming into this one. Hey, Saturday, January 11th, the ACC Network will have a triple header of men's basketball starting at 2 Eastern when Clemson hosts Florida State, followed by North Carolina and NC State, and then finally at 6, Virginia Tech at Cal. First time playing at Cal for Virginia Tech. There's going to be a lot of first time again with these players. These teams have played here at SMU. Foul call on Pitts, her first. Team's 4th. Shot won't go, and now the Mustangs out running. Robertson pulls it up behind the arc, off the back of the iron, and a good job by Heel to box it out. Pitts, so close.
Well, I appreciate everybody getting on the floor for 50-50 balls. I mean, the hustle is there. It's evident. You just kind of feel the edge at which these players are playing with, understanding how much pride's on the line to get into the ACC with their first win. Yeah. Both teams still seeking their first win in the ACC.
That's right. SMU hit the road to take on, then receiving votes, Florida State, the loss on the road. That foul on Pitts, her second. And for Stanford, just across the bay, but on the road to Cal. Cal playing red hot, but they're on the road at Clemson. Clemson was up in the 3rd. Stanford gets it below double digits.
Well, Chloe Clardy, the big drive there. What left ankle spread? Come on, she got quick to the rim.
Tape it up, says Clardy. Mustangs need a bucket, 1 for their last 8. Robertson draws multiple defenders, looking outside and looking for help inside. That was Hall, and the defense right there.
That's a great read. Tess Heel read that play, knew when SMU was going to try to go backdoor. There were no options.
There's good length on this SMU team. Some of these matchups are tough. Into the lane by Ogden. Pops Dimitri around and won't go. .20 left in the first half. Fast-paced affair. A quick crossover of Jones. Lays it up. Wow. Just incredible speed with the crossover.
And the way that she's able to keep her balance, Robertson as well, they're so quick and explosive and always in balance.
Jones, the transfer from Villanova, started every single game last year. Skip across, Bozgana tracks it down. And the dish down to Dimitri, layup is good. Unselfish play by the Cardinal.
No, you see the pace at which they're passing the basketball. They are really trying to reverse sides and then eventually get inside. They do want to attack and score. That's been a goal and a key for their win tonight. And it's starting to open things up. You see the scoring slowing down for SMU.
Yeah, down by 16 earlier this quarter. Stanford, though, nice job by Clardy there. Hand in the passing lane, outrunning is Bozgana. And a good decision to bring that back. Oh, the takeaway, Jones once again. Getting back really defensively pretty well. We have not seen a lot of just fast break opportunities. And that one drops down. Peterson got that one to go.
That's the home roll working for you.
It sure was.
Moody rim.
I thought that was just going to sit up there.
But a good decision again. Did you see the patience in that?
Yeah.
In that play, Peterson set the screen, waited, and then Jones looked for her off the roll when she didn't have a shot coming off the screen.
Yep, the right decision. That's something Coach Wilson talked about. They've got to read the D. And she really wanted them to value the possessions and make the right choices. And the reaching foul is going to go on Heel. Fourth team foul. Just the first on Heel. Coach Wilson up.
Well, she isn't slowing down, but the points are much different looking than that first quarter where Stanford was perhaps backing off, giving it a little bit too much room. I feel like now they're going to meet the pass earlier. They're stepping up, being more aggressive to where, once the ball is caught, there's no hesitation. Stanford is up on them defensively.
Yeah, you could feel just a difference in the intensity that Stanford came out with that second quarter. They got caught kind of standing and watching what SMU was doing in the first quarter. Not quite the case here in the second.
Yeah, a lot of less reacting and being more proactive. Stanford's defense, I think that's been a big part of it. And also, Nia Roberts is not shooting 4 for 4 from behind the three.
Yep, defense clamping down, and I think Stanford really pushing the pace a little bit more as well, trying to get down there before the defense gets set. Our officials are taking a look on the last foul. You see Ed Sidlaski, Chuck Gonzalez, and Julie Cromanhook, our trio tonight. We're trying to decide if Stanford should be in the bonus maybe at this point. So we'll see if they can clarify that. Cardinal doing a better job kind of working it around. After that first quarter was pretty much Aguera and Bozgana scoring. Now they're working it around. Clardy's getting involved. Dimitri as well. And now they want to have a chat with the coaches. We'll get some clarification too. All right. Thank you, Chuck. All right. So there were 4 fouls and then a 5th, but they were not told that. So way back, they should have already had free throws. They did not give free throws. And so now it's just going to be an inbound play. So Kate Pace saying, well, wait a minute. Shouldn't we have gotten some free throws?
Yeah.
At this point, too late.
Yeah. Scorekeeper's mistake. I don't think it's not happened. It doesn't happen very often in the game of basketball. So
it's a human error sort of thing, and that's a tough one for.
That's unfortunate, Especially when you're down 10 heading into halftime. That's the last thing you want to see. You're like, give me my free throws.
Let's get it back below double digits. We'll have to do it with the defense. Stanford throwing a different zone look now. shot, the air ball, and a chance for Stanford with 9.4 left to cut that double-digit lead down if they can get one here. So that's a tough one for SMU out of that break to not get a better look. Clardy, quick crossover, drives it up good. Wow. The D-Stat, I mean, Robertson was right there with her. Like a little momentum for Stanford before they take it in here at halftime. It was a double-digit lead, now cut down just under it. Let's send you to Justin Walters in the studio.
Thanks, Krista. Welcome into this ACC Network Halftime Report alongside Hall of Fame coach Muffin McGraw, Kelly Gramlich, Ivory Latta. I'm Justin Walters. You got to like that start from SMU. Ivy, you said one thing you're looking at in this game is guard play, and Nia Robertson has been cooking up.
Yo, she set the tone for her team. I mean, she's fun and exciting to watch. And what I mean by she set the tone, it was on the offensive end. She started the game 4 for 4 from the three-point line. The way her rhythm, and I told Coach, I said, she got to bounce. It kind of just like the bounce that I used to have, you know, when you make shots and everything is going, but your teammates is finding you. They having a confidence in you. And one time she shot the ball from the logo. I mean, what? Right here, confidence, step in. Oh, 3-piece. So she's out there, she's scoring, and she's definitely getting her team going.
She is, and she was fun to watch in that first half. I love the energy she's bringing, the confidence, like you said, spreading the floor. And it's funny because I said SMU, and this was just a fact. I was just saying facts. They're the worst three-point shooting team in the ACC. And Nia Robertson said, bet. Okay, I'm going to come out here and make 4 threes in the first half. Impressive showing from them.
And Stanford, one of the better three-point shooting teams, only made 4 so far this game. They are really struggling, I think, to find their rhythm right now. And SMU is just playing great at both ends of the floor.
And we'll see Stanford switch to a zone because they're struggling to stay in front of some of these dynamic guards. We'll see if that zone helps them in the second half.
Yeah, they're still in this game. You're speaking about impressive performances. We had one earlier, a 40-point.
Juggling a little bit of everything. Crystal Black alongside Brooke Weisbrod. And wow, Brooke, I think, 16-point lead early for SMU. They came out red hot. I think Stanford did a nice job with the patience and just chipping away a little bit at that dust and getting the deficit down.
SMU started extremely hot from behind the three-point line. So that is how they developed their lead in the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, Stanford was able to get inside the paint and get some scoring. But yeah, the Mustangs got it going behind Robertson. This was like 0.2 seconds into the game. She started and then got even hotter, getting shots from the logo and beyond. The give and go with the step back. So she's getting her teammates involved, getting that action, and then able to get in the open floor and hit some of those transition threes.
Yeah, 12 points for her after the first quarter and only 1 bucket in the second quarter. I think if you're Stanford's defense, you're feeling pretty good. As you take a look at the first half numbers, anything in particular really jump out?
Well, you look at the offensive rebounds. We knew SMU was good. How good? They already got 12 in the first half. So that was a point of focus, really for both teams. SMU wanted to score off those. Stanford wanted to limit them. And one thing I noticed about also Stanford with 9 turnovers there in that first half.
Yep.
And that led to 11 points off turnovers. So you got to clean those up as well.
Yep. Gave it up just too many times. SMU was just scrappy, aggressive defensively, and made a lot happen on the offensive end with it. Stanford 9 offensive boards for them as well. Embry all by herself in the gap, but cannot get it. And a foul will stay here. It's going to go against the Cardinal.
And I think I just caught Toya Wilson just trying to get her team to create a little more. Perhaps that was a quick 3-point shot from 3, but she's eager to get back involved in this game.
Foul Dimitri was her first. Robertson's shot won't go. Guerra, nobody picking her up. She brings it down the floor. And they're working her in the high post quite a bit tonight. Osgana, smaller defender, takes it up good, using the length with the finish.
And the underhand finish at that. She's been aggressive in this game, and they like the way that she's attacking the basket. And she's led this team rebounding the last 3 games as well. So she gives you that strength on the inside. She's a starter from last season. They really need her to step up as much as possible, especially in games like this.
They sure do. She's the leading scorer back from a season ago at 7 points per game. I mean, that's how much they lost at the top of the scoring.
Now this is Stanford trying to open up the floor and attack. You see just cutting through the meat part of the lane there, meatiest part, and down the middle so she can finish. I want to see more of that if you're Stanford, and attack and finish versus relying on those threes.
First player for the Cardinal in double figures. She has 10. That last foul on Embry's her third. Not what you want to get just starting this third quarter. Heel. Again, another lefty layup won't drop. Aguera, a second chance, and she gets fouled. Good effort by Stanford, and they'll go to the line.
Which just tells you how tough it is to keep Aguera off the glass. She's got one of the best rebounding teams in the country, unable to get a good body and box her out.
So to the line, Nunu Aguera, the 6'2 sophomore. She's from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Part of the Pac-12 all-freshman team. Stanford out of the Pac-12 last year. For the Mustangs, they spent 11 seasons in the American Athletic Conference and now moving into the ACC this year. One free throw good for Aguera. Averaging 17 points a game. She's got 7. With the cross, Woods short the front of the iron, and the pickup for Harriel. She'll push. The extra pass. The shot no good for Tess Heel.
You saw Aguera wide open down there,
Yeah.
right? Right on the block for an easy layup, and those are just opportunities. You look, yeah, it's only a 5-point game. That was a good 3-point shot. However, you had a much better shot, and then that leads to a quick run out. Right, a score for Jones.
Yep. Back to Jones. Jones has been solid. Grad student from Jersey City, New Jersey. Aguera, high post, a little flat. Another board for Peterson. That's her 8th on the game. Peterson's averaging the double-double. Now gives the ball to Jones. Jones, just so sweet.
That was saucy sweet.
Just a nice soft touch. Back cut from Ozdana. Defense staying with her. Dimitri tries to get closer, and the defense was waiting for her. Pitts taking some contact.
The Villanova transfer. Hezzy through the legs. Runner off balance. No problem. That was quite a move.
Just a little ball handling clinic, and then
You
the
know.
shot from Zanai Jones. She started every single game this season.
Biggest thing I like about her game, in addition to the saucy moves, is that she's had 2 games with 7 assists or more with 0 turnovers.
Yeah.
That's incredible game management and smart decision making for an undersized guard.
Sure is. Peterson, good body control, and the finish, kind of a little baby hook, so hard to defend.
Right? And just knows where she wants to go with the basketball, that consistency in her game. You feel a calming presence when she's got that ball in the post.
Sure do. 6 points, 8 rebounds, and now hand out in the passing lane. Pitts out running, layup good. 8-0 run for the Mustangs.
Now, just like they started the first quarter, this Mustang team came out with a lot of energy and set the tone aggressively, and Kate Pace senses that. It's
Mustangs on an 8-0 run, thanks in big part to Zanai Jones, Brooke.
How about Jones and Robertson, 14 points apiece, 5'5" and 5'7". The little guards getting it done here tonight and finding pockets where they feel comfortable and confident to take shots. Mixing it up with the skill set, but handling the basketball so well, creating assists and creating shots in spaces where, you know, sometimes you have to just read and react what the defense is giving you. Sometimes you play half-court defense, but tonight it's been a perfect blend for Jones and how SMU is reading it.
Yeah, I like her decision-making. She's making the right passes. She's their best three-point shooter. She's only taken 3 of them. She's not connected on one yet. But she's not forcing them. She's willing to take it in and find her shots in other ways. Cardi reading the D. It looked like some sort of zone by the Mustangs, but the air ball is going to send it the other direction. 16-0 run gets it back to a 13-point lead for SMU. It has a little bit of the same feel, like you said, of the first quarter surge that the Mustangs brought out. Jones. I said she hadn't hit one, but now I can change that statement right there.
It's like the broadcaster jinx, but like in a good way.
Right? I gave her a reverse one.
Yeah.
Averaging 8 points per game, and she's up to 17 and now brings it up. Stanford getting back. Robertson using her as a screen, just raises the iron and then caught looking. Wood scoops right in.
Robertson said, I meant to do that. That's just my shot to assist ratio I got going.
Good hustle by Kasia Woods to crash the weak side. It's gone on the back cut, and it's tipped out by the Mustangs.
Now Jones coming off the high ball screen. This has worked. Gotta step out. Even if she hasn't hit one tonight, she's capable. Already found that out.
Justin, Kelly, Muffet, and Ivory doing some work. Fans enjoying themselves here, and there's some Stanford fans in the crowd making the trip.
Travel well.
We gotta see if their team can get back in a 13-0 run by SMU. Really made a push. And Heel finally gets the layup to drop.
Well, then quickly down the other end. SMU with the speed, and TK Pitts gets knocked out.
Around there's Toya Wilson. We're just loving her energy in her 4th season as the head coach. And as you said, as an assistant at Michigan, 6 years an assistant at Baylor. They were the champs one year she was there in 2019. But she took this team now in 4 seasons, 2 seasons to the WNIT, and hoping to get into the postseason this year with this group. Foul call on Ogden was her second, and that's Peterson with the finish on the left side. Trying to get it to Bozgana. Pitts, those active hands. She's been so good defensively.
Right? I mean, you just see her length and athleticism. You can really see how, you know, even as a role player, what a big difference she made. And now you see her stepping into the spotlight as Bozgana gets to the rim.
So good at reading the D. Bozgana on the attack. Adds to her totals. Now at 12. Woods has shown good minutes. Help on Peterson. Oh, and a collision inside. And it was, I think, Pitts too aggressively on the cut.
And Ijiwoje was set up there perfectly to take the contact of the charge. That'll be Pitt's 3rd foul.
That's 3 on her. Guerra with the high screen for Bozgana. Pitts trying to stay with her, and a blocking foul. Didn't quite get set. She wanted the offensive foul, but that's 2 quick ones now on Pitts. That's tough to take. That is her 4th.
Yeah, that could change. You know, the dynamics of this game can change any moment. We've seen runs and runs get just the limited amount of points that you can score. You know, you got to be able to take advantage of when it's time to go.
Yep.
And so for Stanford, I think these last 3 minutes, 42 seconds, you got to prove something. Get to the rim, get in the paint, so that you're not trying to fight through that 4th quarter.
Yeah, great point. Mustangs bring Ella Brow back in, 5 in white, the junior from Palm Beach, Australia. Just her 9th game. She's been dealing with an injury. One of the captains on the team, though, she and Jones and Embry. Shot clock down to 4. Jones scoops it up. No good. Good defensive sequence for Stanford, and now they push. Oh, and the quickness of Woye. She gets fouled. She got out in front of everybody.
She did. That was lightning speed for Ijiwoje. She'll be able to get to the line. And that's exactly, you know, the type of energy they need out there right now. It's hard to match SMU's speed and pace tonight.
Yep. So the freshman, Shea Ijiwoye, will go to the free throw line, bringing a spark off the bench. 4-star recruit out of Desert District High School in Phoenix, and was an Arizona Gatorade and Max Preps Player of the Year this past season. It's the first.
We notice a lot of rosters nowadays. There's a limited number of freshmen. SMU with one, and Stanford just with a couple themselves. It's because the transfer portal is where a lot of places go to recruit. So if you're a high school student, it is really hard to get noticed these days.
Yeah, you're right. Trying to find experience depending on what you have to fill, which gaps to fill, and it takes a while to get a first-year player playing at this level to be able to do what they can do. Guerra helped you coming over, and she'll go to the line. So Stanford now, with just under 3 minutes left, will have bonus the rest of the way.
You got to send that help side in a little sooner before she gets too deep in the lane, and then is just going to surge and continue to move, seek out that contact.
Foul on Brow, her third, as she had just come in for Pitts, who picked up her fourth. So Kylie Marshall's going to check in, the sophomore, transfer from Texas A&M. Brow takes a seat. Marshall averaging about 5 points a game. She had to start earlier in the year. Aguera gets the first 8 points for Aguera, being held below that 17 a game she's averaging. Gets them both. One of these two will get their first ACC win on the season. Both 0-1 coming in. Robertson. Everybody knows where she is when the ball's in her hands. Defense shifting around. SMU and Stanford, the new addition. Stanford picked 7th in the preseason. SMU 16th, I think because so many question marks, right? So many new players, but I think they're going to exceed that. That's just my feeling right now.
I would guess so. I would say SMU the same.
Yep.
You know who else I don't see up there? Where's Georgia Tech at?
Yeah. Right? Well, talk about impressing people and surpassing what they were picked. They have continued to remain undefeated. Neil Fortner doing an incredible job.
Incredible.
Yep. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Cardinal had it below double digits, and then SMU went on a 13-0 run to extend it back out. Peterson giving Robertson a screen. That shot just short. Defense stayed with her, though.
I would like to see Robertson shoot toward the basket. There's a lot of fadeaways I'm watching, and I know those 4 threes will get you there, but you're feeling right. But you got to get settled back in because look where Stanford's going.
Yep.
They're going at the rim. They're not trying to fade away right now.
Yep. Aguera takes it in. 7-0 run for the Cardinal. And almost a 3-minute scoring drought for SMU.
And that's what we're talking about, taking advantage of those minutes. Yep. That's what this looks like. And a good job by Stanford to chip away at this lead and to play solid defense, SMU. They got to go back inside of Peterson.
Yeah, she's been there. She was flashing in the lane. They didn't find her. Yep. Oh! Robertson says, shooter's touch.
Cross-court pass, and the interior was missed, but the explosive first step and the finish in the flex. We're getting all the reacts tonight.
It's been a physical game. Hard to believe, though. This is the first free throw attempt for SMU. I don't even know how that's possible, but first one, and it's Robertson. Rattles that one in. Just the three-point play. She brings a little swagger to the game. I like that.
Oh, she is swag you, no doubt.
Yep. Guerra. Once she's that far in, forget it.
Yeah, I mean, you see the strength at work for Aguera right there. That's future pro strength and positioning at work.
Sure is. 11-13 now for Aguera. Under a minute left in the third. Defense fell to the floor. Hall not able to capitalize, and now Hill will bring it up.
Pull it out for Hill. Good decision. The cross-court pass.
Yep. Woye with the three, it rattles in. Her first made 3 of the season. And the bench loving it for Stanford. 14-5 push by the Cardinal to get it below double digits once again. Got a second differential shot clock, game clock. Jones uses the high screen, that shot short. Peterson doing the heavy lifting. And she's gonna go to the free throw line.
How about all 5 Stanford players were in the paint?
Yep.
In vicinity of that basketball, and who came away with it was Peterson.
Yep. Another rebound for her. 12 of them on the game with 8 points. Averaging 12 per game on the season. Third, in the nation in rebounds per game. It's that first free throw. Senior out of Rancho Cucamonga, California. And can't get the second. So Stanford can at the deficit again. Nope, that one's short, and that's going to do it. Third quarter in the books, and SMU is going to take the 10-point lead into the fourth.
Well, it's been back and forth all game. You gotta love it. Players stepping up big time. This is the ACC, baby. Both teams looking for their first win.
In the ACC, in their program's history, Stanford had made a little push toward the in and out takeaway to start this fourth.
Stanford starting this quarter out in a zone. E.G. Woj got a deflection on that ball that led to a 3. That's the swing play. That's exactly what Toya Wilson was worried about.
Yep, she's going to look right to her bench and bring somebody in. I feel like Stanford's zone that they started to show in the second half had caused some, or second quarter, had caused some problems for SMU, especially in that quarter earlier. Trying to get that same vibe in this one. Marshall had skipped out. That's how you break it down, though.
High risk, high reward. How about Robertson driving, kicking it all the way out, back beyond the three-point line.
A little foul trouble for the Mustangs in the third, and Marshall comes in for the first time and now hits the 3. That's big. Guerra to Peterson and tracks it down. That's just extra effort by Aguera. Heel, high archer, swish. Wow. Almost no net.
That net didn't even move. That ball went in, right?
It was straight through.
Just double checking.
Oh, yeah.
But the extra effort of Nunu Aguera kept that play alive. I mean, she out-willed SMU players, and then it led to a big 3. Another, swing play within an offensive play.
You're right, and gets it below double figures once again. And now hand check up top.
So this is 6 points of swing plays happening here. Bozgana hits the big-time 3. You feel the energy, and then the deflection, and another response back. Marshall answering for SMU.
Her first shot attempt, and it's a big 3. Guerra with a double-double for Stanford. And Guerra trying to stay with Peterson as she leans in. Help deep from Bozgana. And we saw Robertson shooting Bozgana. A scrum at the other end, and now the push. It's going to stay with Stanford. Kate Pay's team playing a little scrappier to start. It has such a feel of the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, now this one. They kind of flip-flop where their energy and spark has come in. Bozgana doesn't hesitate. That one all but dropped. Guerra tries to keep it alive. Peterson did a nice job boxing out, but they don't track it down. Guerra one-on-one to Peterson in the lane, and she gets fouled and will go to the line.
4 SMU players got stuck ball watching, or lack of. They were all standing in the corners of the paint and did not try to stop Aguera, who isn't easy to stop in the first place, but you got to send a double. Force her to kick that ball across court. Make somebody else beat you at this point.
Well, Aguera took an extra dribble or two. I think she figured somebody would come help, right? So she was probably going to dish it away and then decided, well, I guess it's me. Dimitri comes back in for the Cardinal. Brow is on. Embry had picked up 3 personals early. She's been sitting and watching quite a bit. She's back in for the Mustangs. She averages 12 points per game, and she has yet to score in this one. They'd like to maybe see her get going. The fouls kind of took her out of it. Shot short, free throws, no good for Aguera. And Jones will look to coach for the play call. Peterson able to fight off Dimitri to hang on to that pass. Robertson and the longer players of Stanford coming at her. Got the shot up though, pretty good look.
I think that's a play where you'd want to see her work and get that ball to somebody else, right?
Yep.
Make plays for your teammates in that sense. I think that the team needed a bigger score more than she was able to create any shot she wanted. You're right.
Heel loses it that time. You're right though, because she had the length of Aguera and Bozgana coming out at her and decided to try to still take it in.
And here's a better decision. Didn't have the numbers. Pull out, try to run a set. Maybe get a high ball screen. Here's Embry up top.
Brown trying to lose Bozgana into the lane. Bozgana stays with her, the block. Shot clock to 3. You gotta recognize Jones does. And there's Peterson. Oh, almost had another offensive rebound. She's slow to get up, kind of holding the right hip.
Yeah, this is the same player who missed a lot of time last year with back issues.
Yeah.
So let's hope none of that occurred on that play.
No doubt. And a travel. She gets back on the defensive end and says, let's go. Hey, ACC PM with Mark Packer, Taylor Tannenbaum, weekdays at 4 Eastern, right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. Don't miss that. Lots going on across the ACC. And a timeout called by the Stanford Cardinal with 6:16 remaining. They cut that double-digit deficit down to just 7. We got a good one here at SMU. Go find something in the garage and see if you can balance it. Well, a 7-point lead with just a little over 6 minutes left. SMU, they've been in the lead this entire way. Stanford has never had one in the game. Out of the timeout, a good one. Robertson with hops at the end.
She is a difficult player to close out, isn't she?
Yeah.
Her first step, because you don't know if she's going to shoot it or blow by you or step back or what.
Yeah, she's not afraid to take it in. And you know, she can do all this. Yep. Great look as she cut right down the middle. 17 for Bozgana. Robertson comes up short. Peterson, and they're going to call a jump ball as it was the freshman E.G. Woye there.
I love her hustle so much. The freshman out there doing what she can. That's the closeout I'm talking about right there. You got to be able to shuffle your feet, stay on the balls of your feet, and try to force her baseline, which she did, and then the help side a little late.
You know what's good in that play is that was E.G. Woye trying to guard Robertson, so she doesn't get that stop, but then she comes down and makes another play happen, and then you got to love the hustle of that freshman. Box out by the Mustangs there. Brown brings it up. Missed last season with an injury. Robertson tries to split the two defenders, and it comes down and into the hands of Aguera.
Much better defense there. You see how E.G. Woye forced her to go middle there, and then the help side was there. Didn't put her hands on her.
Yeah, she's done a nice job.
Excellent job as a freshman, giving this energy. Big fan.
And you're only going to see these teams one time, so it's not like you can really get a great feel of what those opponents are going to do. And especially for a first-year player, I would think that would take more time for them to kind of figure out competition. 14 turnovers, though, now for the Cardinal. They average 13 a game. And the Mustangs force 15 a game. They can scrap it. Brown shuffles that one across and inside.
That was just smooth. That whole exchange was smooth. From the handoff, couple dribbles, no look with the assist.
TK Pitts back in. She's got the 4 personals, but give her 8 points, 4 of 6 shooting for Pitts. Dimitri, she knew it. Off the mark, really didn't get her feet set on that one.
Let's go back to that terrific play off the pass, little momentum. Oh, no look, just reading the defense there. That's making the right read. A simple basketball play. Ella Brown, who's been out of the lineup for basically a month.
Yep.
Welcome back.
Yep, and missed last season. She had 25 games the season prior, but such a hard worker. Coach says one of the hardest on the team.
Yeah, Stanford's going to have to extend their pressure, really try to create turnovers and points off those turnovers, which they only had one against Ohio State.
Yeah, that's a big number, and you get a stop now for Stanford. There's just under 4 minutes left, and you got to start taking advantage. Three ball, no good. A long rebound to Robertson. You got to get some stops defensively. SMU, they've been patient in their half-court sets for the most part. Robertson, they're putting Bozgana a little longer guard on her now.
Oh, my goodness.
And an and one takes the contact.
Stirring it up with sauce. She knows she's cooking tonight. Come on. What's Dallas known for? What's their best meal out here? She's like, I got it. I'm gonna cook y'all up something special.
Right here.
Home cooking from right here in Fort Worth. Let me get to the line and add one more for you.
Yep, mixing it up and back to the double-digit lead. Second and one for SMU tonight. Can't get the three-point play. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, wow. Hops, speed, she's got it all.
It's a good thing she did, because otherwise Embry would have had that long rebound. Bozgana grazes the iron. Just under 3 minutes left in the game. The winner gets their first ACC win in program history. Shot clock winding down, and with 6 on it, a foul against the Cardinal. That'll be the third team foul, and it's going to put Jones to the line. K-Pay talking things over with her staff. New addition, Heather Osterly, to the staff this year. And a lot of the others, they've been there for quite a while, as Tempe Brown was elevated to this. Heather Osterly. You see Katie Stedding right there. You got Jeanette Poland as well, as an assistant coach this year. All Stanford grads, that group.
Aaron McCall. You've got 4 WNBA players.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Well, and Tempe played at Michigan, played professionally overseas. So, there's all kind of experience and leadership that you have at your fingertips there. Not to mention the alumni. So look, Stanford's they're in a tough spot right now. They're looking at a possible first 0-2 start in the conference play since Tara Vanderveer's first season in 1985. Okay, so this could be just a tough start for them. However, they know that they have the pieces in place. Yep. Again, they're without their leading point guard, Talana Lopolo. So when she gets back in this lineup, and her timeline is TBD, but they're still figuring it out.
Well, there's still a lot of time. No matter, these players now are getting the experience, as Heel just didn't quite make the clean pass. She says, my bad, they'll get another chance. But you kind of referenced this earlier, too. This is a similar vibe to the 2018 team that started out 6-6. Their first 12 games, 6-6 record, but went on, turned it around, and made their way to the Sweet 16.
That's right.
You never know when a team can turn it around.
And again, this is one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. So, not seeing that on a consistent basis night after night. That's why they're trying to attack, get inside the paint. So once that comes around, you get a little more flow and some rhythm to your offense. Stanford's going to be right there.
This is a good game to kind of show both teams where are we right now, right? And for SMU, I think there's so many positives to take from this one.
Oh, I'm so impressed with the way, especially Robertson's run the offense tonight. They were up for the challenge of this game, and they were in discipline throughout the game. The possessions that, a lot of good-looking shots, patience, holding the screens, and then defensively on point. Just a really well played and coached game for SMU.
It certainly was. As Brow knocks it off of Chuck Gonzalez, who was on the sideline, and Coach Wilson just making sure it's still our ball, right? Still our ball. Yeah, she told the team it's going to be the little things that are going to be the big things,
yes,
right? And the attention to details it's been very good here in this one. Just under 2 minutes left in the game. 12-point lead for SMU.
Previous plays under review for that of bounds.
Scoring drought for the Cardinal, and SMU taking advantage. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the game. They're up by 12 once again, and their leader right now, Robertson, getting her 7th 20-plus point game. She's got 21 points. She's come back to life here in this quarter again, Brooke.
Yeah, she has. She started off this game, you guys, 4 of 4 from behind the three-point line. So she's still attacking, finding the right spots to hit her shots. And meanwhile, Stanford's just gone cold. 0 for their last 5. 4 turnovers these last 7 minutes, and they have had a scoring drought now of almost 4 minutes. This game, is it still within reach for Stanford? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. A couple of threes, they could get hot at any time.
Yep.
But you got to get stops and you got to get points, maybe off turnovers. And that just hasn't been a strong suit for this team this year.
No, 7 threes apiece for both teams. SMU, a team that only averages 5 per game. Our officials taking a look, reviewing that last out-of-bounds play prior to the timeout to make sure, were they out of bounds? Who's it off of?
Ella Brown with the ball right there, and then it looks like it's get tipped away from Bozgana off the official in the front court. So play was stopped, and then Toya Wilson calling the timeout.
Following review, possession, Stanford.
All right, so they're going to reverse that call, and Kate Pay was asking Coach Wilson, saying, I thought you said it was our ball. I thought that's what you said. That's tough to take. Again, this is one of those plays. This is a big one at this crucial time. But
yeah, I'm confused a bit myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it hit the referee before going out of bounds, and then Bozgana was to the floor with Brow. And then did it go out of bounds off of Brow at that point? Because it came back in off of the official's foot.
Exactly.
Kate Pay's still chatting with Julie Cromenhoek. And it's been given to Stanford, but
let's take another look.
Another look. It's off the foot, and it hits the official.
Now, was that off the foot of Brow?
It was originally, yes. So then the ball comes back in. I think we're going to get a clarification.
I don't know. That looked like that was off the foot of Bozgana.
Yep. So they're going to say that the Stanford player did not touch the ball.
Okay.
And that it was off of SMU. So here we go. A minute 58 remaining. Uwoye, so quick. Kicks it out. Guerra hits it. Big bucket.
Smart play. Drive and dish. And Guerra out, ready in her hands to shoot the ball.
These things had the numbers, but they're going to bring it back up.
And Stanford just with 3 team fouls. So going to stop the clock. You got to get to 5. How much time do? Oh, now you don't want to foul.
Yep, you're right. Too late now, but they will anyway. Aguera is going to take the personal, and that's going to be her 3rd, and the team's 4th. Harriel off, Clardy back on. Minute 27 left. Robertson loses all the defenders. Oh my goodness.
How does she keep that ball alive?
I know. She is so strong on the weak side. And the extra pass and the cut in good. The layup and finish for Ijiwaye. What a game she's having.
The effort is still continuing. Ijiwaye stepping up late in that Ohio State game to get minutes. Even though they didn't win that game, she stood out to me.
Yep.
And her energy level is exactly what Stanford needs.
Sure is. They needed a spark, and boy, has she given it to them at both ends of the floor. Freshman out of Phoenix, only averaging a point and a rebound a game, but big big tonight with 6 points, 3 rebounds. So we're going to take a look at this one to make sure who was off of at the
Let's make sure,
inline.
absolutely.
7-point lead for SMU with that minute 4 left. Let's see if we can tell him this one. Jones for SMU, it's hard to see on that because you can't see the left hand of Ijiwoye. The call on the floor was that it's SMU ball. But did it go off of Jones? You just couldn't see from that angle.
You can't see from that angle at all. Because from that angle, it looked like the ball was off SMU.
Yep. Maybe this look here.
So Ijiwoye perhaps getting away with a little bit of contact there. There's the deflection.
All right.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's off SMU, I think.
Left
Jones.
hand of
I
Jones.
think Jones scoots it out of bounds.
Yeah.
I think it's Stanford basketball, which would be huge.
Yeah.
And another turnover created by Ijiwoye in a time where you desperately need them.
Yep.
And SMU, they need to be talking about, hey, let's stay confident and strong with the basketball because we're shooting free throws at the next foul, so hold on to it. Also, SMU has 4 fouls to give before Stanford is shooting a free throw, right?
Oh, good point.
So if there's some momentum, you could stop the clock if you're SMU, break up their rhythm offensively.
Yeah, they've got some fouls to give. Just 1 team foul for SMU, 4 for Stanford, and the Mustangs will be in the bonus. And that last play, you could definitely see the left hand of Jones, but you couldn't see the left hand of Ijiwoye's with that angle either. So depending on if they have a different look, the officials still, Chuck Gonzalez and Ed Sedlasky still reviewing it.
Oh, my gut says off of Jones.
Yeah. From what we could see.
Call on the floor is confirmed. Stanford ball out of bounds. Full reset of the shot clock.
This is big.
Yep, this is a big possession here. So it'll be Stanford basketball. Minute 4 remaining. Cardinal will go to Clemson for a game on Sunday. For SMU, they will have Cal here, the number 20 team in the nation. Quick inbound, and she knew it. And a quick one. And an 8-0 Stanford run and some defense creating more opportunities.
Beautifully executed play, out of bounds, out of the timeout. Who else setting it up? Ijiwoye, the dish. Bosgana, the big-time 3. She's used to that position. I think she did that a few times against Iowa State last year in the NCAA tournament, if memory serves.
2-possession game, 8-0 Stanford run. Clardy trying to get, what a read. And the help D coming over. Jones was right there, but she's going to get whistled with the personal. Good look on the pass on the interior for Stanford. Just the second team foul. I don't think she was shooting. Kate Pay was trying to ask about it. I don't think she was. So still a 2-possession game.
Well, this could be even more dangerous if you're SMU than free throws.
Yeah, that's true.
They got a 3 out of their last one.
Guerra trying to lose Peterson.
And they might get another one.
And the and one with the up and under high off the backboard.
This is Stanford. The Cardinals not going away. They're going to fight to the end. Nunu Aguera, a one-on-one matchup, maybe one of the better defenders in the ACC. Peterson trying to keep up. This is elite level finish and touch from Aguera.
Aguera with 18 points, 12 rebounds, and trying to add to it here. And makes it an 11-0 run for the Stanford Cardinal. And they are fired up. And so is Coach Wilson on the other side. So you got 42.6 remaining. This is SMU basketball. Will Stanford show any pressure, do you think? We've seen them throw some in at times. You wonder,
I think that was a perfect time to do it, right? The element of surprise late in the game.
Yep.
SMU hasn't seen it. They haven't gone through it. However, you got great ball handlers. Remember, it's Zania Jones and Nia Robertson. So those are two players who really don't turn the ball over all that much. You just want to keep the defense in front of you. Don't give away those easy buckets. Make SMU take a difficult shot. You don't have to foul.
Yep.
You just got to defend, box out, rebound, and then you could go right back to Nunu Aguera. You could look for a good three from Boscana. So for SMU right now, the focus is quality shot.
Yep.
Trust what's gotten you here to this point. You've executed almost all night long. Don't try to play hero ball now.
Yep. And you don't want to foul if you're Kate Pay's team because it will put the Mustangs to the line and in the bonus. And Boscana out on Jones at 6'2" compared to 5'5". Jones letting the clock wind down. Shot clock to 12. Big spacing for the Mustangs. Nice screen, the hesitation.
Oh my goodness, this game has had so much drama in it as SMU huddling together to stay close and tight. Brilliantly drawn up play, another high ball screen. Look at the bump by Peterson, the read, the hesitation, and then Jones accelerates and explodes. A tough finish underhand so that Aguera couldn't get a hand on it.
Oh, really used her body well, and Aguera just couldn't do anything but foul. Misses the free throw and the long rebound, a big one for Peterson. Uh-oh. And they'll say Stanford ball. One possession game with 13.6 remaining.
And 50-50 ball, right? I mean, it always comes down to that, right? Coaches will say, hey, what are the little things? So you can see it there. Yeah. Off the body of Peterson. Unable to get a hold of it, but I think she was trying to ask for the foul of Boscana on her left side.
And they let him battle it out, and it goes the Stanford way with 13.6 remaining. 9 made threes for the Cardinal, the most by Boscana. She's 4 of 7 behind the arc. They have options out there, but there's options to be physical. With 13.6 remaining, you don't have a lot of time and hope that the officials are going to give you an and one either.
Yeah, I think you take the quick score and quick shots if it's available if you're Stanford, if it's within 2, but if you can make one extra pass and get a 3, I think you take it, right? Otherwise, you just got to score quick and foul. It's either one or the other, but you cannot hesitate. That's what you can't do.
Yep, you got to know exactly what coach is drawing up right here.
Yeah.
And if you're Coach Wilson, you're talking defense. She's in the defensive stance. No doubt about it.
It's their specialty.
What a great one for the home opener here at SMU in the ACC, and for both of these teams. Kicking off, really kicking in this ACC season, getting it going.
And Toya Wilson telling her team, you can foul.
Yes, only 3 team fouls right now. They still have 1 to go.
Yep. You just don't want to and 1 foul. So if you're going to foul, you better make it worth it.
Yep. Aguera using the screen, shot short, the rebound to Peterson, and now keep away by SMU. Trying to dodge contact. And a collision here on the side, and they're going to call the foul as Pitts came right into our stanchion. And I love it. They got to wipe it up right in front of us.
Well, the shot was short, but I tell you what, that was a terrific looking shot. That was a quality look.
Yep.
Nunu Aguera getting the ball off the handoff. You see coming off the 2 top screens there. And then the extra one that Brooke Dimitri sends to give her that shot. I would have liked to see her set her feet a little more, right? Because after she shot it, you saw her fade toward the corner. And I think that didn't help the ball get any closer to the rim.
You're right. She could have just gotten set a little bit more. I thought it was executed perfectly low up to that point. Pitts with the free throw. Can't get the second. Guess who? Peterson. Her specialty. Offensive rebounding. And that will do it. SMU. Their first win in the ACC. They go to 9-5 overall, and a lot to celebrate here on the home court.
Wow, just an incredible effort from SMU to earn their first win in the ACC. They defend court at home. They fight off a very feisty Stanford club that got right there at the end and had a good look to tie this up. So congratulations to the Mustangs.
Oh, it's going to be that kind of a season here in the ACC. Congratulations to Coach Wilson and the Mustangs. That's going to do it for us. For Brooke Weisbro, this is Krista Blunt saying so long from Dallas. Let's send you now to Justin Walters as SMU gets the win here tonight. He's in the studio.